Swain, one of our favorite segments each week. This is a big week. South Carolina, we welcome your former teammate for our Cover Tuesday segment with VFL, former Tennessee and NFL defensive back Jonathan Wade.
Yeah, 100%. Wade, doesn't matter what happens in the Austin Peay game or San Antonio or Virginia. Man, these are the games where you can make a name for yourself. I remember plays that you made versus Georgia, plays you made against, Ole Miss and Alabama, Florida. It's about these type of games, right, Wade? SEC games.
Yeah, this is what you come here for. No question. You're going to get the Austin Peays. You're going to get the Tennessee Martins. You're going to get the, everybody else, etc. But these are the games. This is the reason you come to the SEC. The South Carolinas, the Floridas, the Georgias, the Alabamas. The list goes on and on. This is what we're here for. No question about it.
Do you feel like Tennessee played better in last week's game? I mean, when you compare Tennessee, how we played versus Florida, obviously the competition is a whole lot different. But do you think we take a step in the right direction Saturday versus San Antonio?
Hard to gauge, to be honest with you. When we play San Antonio, it's not Florida, it's not Georgia, it's not Bama, then competition does matter because once you're lined up across someone that, got the same type of scholarship as you, now you've really got to put on, now you've really got to perform. It's not quite the same once you kind of know you're going against someone who shouldn't be able to defeat you. Everything changes now. Back to business, back to the regular schedule programming. We got to go to work. This is what we're here for.
Jonathan Wade, VFL, former Tennessee defensive back, and last year is a game that everybody wants to forget, I'm sure, Tennessee's defense most notably. So how big of a deal is that, do you think, heading into this game when Tennessee brings back most of the personnel that was out there? The environment's different, though. Tennessee will be at home at night as opposed to being on the road last year in Columbia.
Well, for one, we shouldn't have any batteries thrown because we're in Knoxville. Second, this is a game you shouldn't need much motivation. You shouldn't need to get poked to get ready for this game. Everybody should come in with a chip on their shoulders knowing what to expect. It's going to be the way that it always is. This is South Carolina week. Just like Florida week. Having that said, we knew it was Florida week then too. So we just got to come out and go. It's going to be a bar fight. It's South Carolina. This is how this game is going to go. And we owe them. I hope, especially defensively, we owe them.
Yeah,
you shouldn't need much preparation for that.
Yeah, it means a lot to both sides as well with where the two programs are. Both head coaches are in their third years at Tennessee and South Carolina.
Absolutely. At this time, we got to turn the corner either way. They're looking to make a decision. They're looking to see, when I say they, I'm meaning people above the coaching staff. They're looking to make sure this is the direction that we want our program going. This game's huge. It may not appear to be that huge, but inside the SEC East, this is huge.
Wade, we've played in games where it was right before a bye week. And I remember Coach Formus always talked to us about the importance of taking care of business because of that bye week and how you didn't want the bad result of that game to fester for 2 weeks rather than just a couple days or a couple of hours when you don't have a bye week. How important is it to get this dub right before a bye week?
Well, when you're faced with the bye week, again, you're looking at a whole week of – after you play, you're looking at a week where everybody's going to move forward or move backwards, but you're going to be stagnant. You're going to be still. So you don't want a negative outcome to be what's kind of hanging over you. That's now where you have the coaches upset, everybody, the food don't taste the same, people in the cafeteria not liking you as much because the only thing fresh on their mind is this last loss that you just took. And it's there for 2 weeks. So it's absolutely, you rest easier, handle your business so that you can enjoy the bye week. Actually, go in and knock it out. Don't leave any meat on the bone. Leave it all out there. You get to rest and recoup and recover. We get healthier after this. Give it everything you got going into a bye week.
Any guys offensively, defensively, special teams, any guys that have stood out to you so far after 4 games?
Yeah. The defensive line has been good, although not as consistent. It seems like at times we see sparks, flashes, but they've been good. I sent you a stat sheet earlier today that was kind of surprising, right?
Yeah. You sent me a stat sheet. You asked me about a particular player making plays or particular position making plays? You care to share with the good people?
Women lie. Numbers don't lie. And when I looked at the stat sheet, it appeared that DB had the most touch. He's touched a ball. He averages putting his hands on the ball every game. I know there's a lot of negative about that, but to me that looks positive. When I look at the stat sheets, and people do that, the analytics is a huge thing now. He appears to be making plays, so there are guys, and I noticed that there are guys that we have. Dylan Sampson looks great, by the way. We got to feed him more. We got to feed the running game more, though, I know we spread out the way we do, and it's fast and it's great tempo, but with this three-headed monster in the backfield, maybe what if we ride it a little bit more? Looks good to me. I mean, a lot of positives that we do have. We just got to find out what the formula is for success for Knoxville in 2023. It may not look like last season. We just got to find out what that mixture is and go win it.
Joe Milton, 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", 230, 240 pounds. His run on the first play of the game, what'd you think about that? You're a track guy. You a speedster.
Confusing.
Why are you so confused? You didn't know he was that fast?
Yeah, I'm like, that's a beautiful thing for me to see somebody break out like that, knowing that I feel like I can go track them down. But as I'm watching him run, it's like, they're not going to catch him. This is weird, because it's 6'5", 2,000, not 2,000 pounds, but it's a huge guy. He's huge. He's massive. And you're not supposed to see one go 80 yards like that. No one talks about him like he's Richardson from Florida. No one talks about him running and escaping like that. Just a read, and you just take it 80 yards untouched. That's impressive. Now, are we going to use that? Are we going to put that on film more? Are we going to make teams have to defend that? Or is that something that we just did because we were playing San Antonio?
Yeah, on the other side, Jonathan Wade is with us, VFL, former Tennessee defensive back, as we're running our Cover Tuesday segment each week. South Carolina has a guy 6'3", 225, 230, Xavier Legette, who can move, too. He's made big plays, took one to the house this past weekend. What do you do with that guy with that kind of size for South Carolina at receiver?
Don't let them get going. Dealt with a lot of big receivers in my day. You don't let big receivers get going. You frustrate them. Go turn the tape on from 2006. They had a big receiver that went in the second round. He wanted to fight by halftime. You have to mentally take those guys out of. Don't allow them to get going. Kamal Haddon. Frustrate them. This is the time to kind of do that, because they're going to force it to them. We did. We forced it to our good guys. We forced it to Swain and Meacham all the time. They're going to if that's their guy. So don't allow them to get going. It may look ugly, may look like a fight. Again, this is South Carolina week, so this is how this game goes.
I think they clocked him at like 22 miles per hour on his catch run versus Mississippi State. And that was the one thing that I said. Like, he caught the slant, but then he got going. And you don't want him to catch balls where he's in motion, like slants and post routes and goes. Like, if he catch a hitch or a curl or a comeback, dig, like, you got to corral them right then, Wade. So that's what you mean.
Absolutely.
You don't want them to get going.
No question. I watched Charles Woodson, when he was at Green Bay, eliminate Calvin Johnson in Detroit by actually playing off coverage. And every time Calvin Johnson got to like 10, 11 yards, he would run across his face. He would just cut him off. He would just literally, if he's running a curl route, he would just run across his face, cut the timing off, and the play's off. You cannot allow these bigger guys to get going, because now you got to get it on the ground.
6'3", 227 is Xavier Legette.
It's a small tight end. That's like Evan Ingram.
Yeah.
22 miles per hour.
Yeah,
top
and
speed.
by the way, they have Trey Knox, who's a former receiver converted to tight end, who is a part of this offense as well. So they have some big body guys that will be a part of what Spencer Rattler's trying to do. But Legette's been their guy so far with Juice Wells out.
We'll just make sure the quarterback's not standing back there all day to throw it. We got the guys to apply pressure. Don't play. If they're guys coming in or receivers, the defense changes. They're not coming in with a running game, right? I mean, you kind of got to – this is what the coaches get paid to do.
That's right.
He should never be single covered. If he's that guy, from what you just told me, 6'3", 227, clocked at 22 miles an hour, he should never only have one DB on him.
Whoa. Double coverage? Hold on. He had one catch and run, Wade. Double coverage?
You said 22 miles an hour. So all he needs is one catch, right?
22.3 miles per hour, but we need to double cover him?
All right, cool. Take it. Do they have another person on their team that can do that to you that instantly?
I don't know. I don't think so. No.
Bill Belichick would take that away, right?
Oh, well, okay. All right. You big in fashion, Way. You're a fashion guy. I know this about you. You're always so fresh and so clean. Tennessee rocking black mode unis.
Yeah. I just asked Hawk and Phrase for a uniform, believe it or not.
A uniform?
It's like the second year. Yeah, I want a uniform. I just want to wear it in the house.
Not just a jersey?
The whole uniform. I want the pants, the helmet, and the jersey.
The helmet.
I want to wear it during the game, like one of them crazy fans. I feel like I fought for this. I feel like I fought for the uniforms. I was on the front line. I got all the no's for everybody. Send me a uniform, please. No.
Yeah,
I'll take anyone.
Yeah, I want to see you go to the grocery store rocking the full uniform the same way we see basketball fans rocking like the full Kobe Bryant uniform, Michael Jordan.
Team shorts, too.
Yeah, team shorts and all of it, man.
Send it to me. I got a camera on me all the time. Send it to me. You'll see the video.
You do care about South Carolina Week. I think 2 weeks ago when we were talking about how much you like Florida Week, you threw in South Carolina Week that it means a lot to you, too.
It does. I won defensive MVP my last year there. It's just a big – from my freshman year, I always liked the South Carolina game. I did. It was just – it felt like it was a backyard brawl. And I don't know. I guess maybe where I'm from, it felt comfortable. Like it felt like we're just about to go play some good hard-nosed football. Don't expect flags to come flying. They go let it ride. Here. In this game, they go let us play.
Was there a moment or game during your career where the year before you got beat up pretty good? But the year later or the next year, you took that game and used it as motivation. Because that's what Tennessee is going to have to do on Saturday. Got beat up last year, and this is a revenge game.
I mean, honestly, probably every game my junior year. I took every game my senior year. I took every game kind of like what was last year like, and kind of like let's be better. Or in the week before, let's be better. That's kind of like you've got to do that anyway. You've got to reassess and get better every week. It's never good enough. Like it's never good enough. But if you don't like pay attention to kind of like what happened the week, it's a copycat league. You know that, Jason.
Yep.
If you don't pay attention to how you got beat the week before or what plays worked the week before, like please understand the team is going to run the same thing they just did. Like, it doesn't matter if you just play Florida the week before and LSU the next week. If Florida beats you on this dive play, LSU go run a dive play.
100%.
Copycat league.
100%.
Hey, before you go,
you got to be constantly getting better.
Something that would make Tennessee better. Yeah, sorry, Danico Slaughter, if he's able to play. We don't know. He hasn't played the last 2 weeks, was not on the field against Florida. How are your thoughts affected with or without Danico Slaughter, depending on his availability for Tennessee Saturday?
Okay, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I didn't know that he wasn't starting before the game started, and I looked and I saw that he wasn't out there. My next look, the next thing I looked for to see where he was at, meaning did they place him somewhere else? We've got so many DBs in that secondary. I think the problem is just finding who goes where. Who goes where? What if he actually was the nickel? I'd like to see that.
He's a hitter.
But hopefully he comes back because he's a really good player that we need. He is. He needs to be somewhere on the field. He reminds me of Hefney.
Yeah, he's
Just
a hitter,
a ball
man.
player. Just a ball player. Wants to play ball really hard. He's going to give you everything he has. He needs to be somewhere when he comes back.
Yeah, he's a hitter. He's one of my favorite players, man. And, we talked about dogs that have to show up and are needed. Or if you're on a team, it's time for you to show that you are one. Danico Slaughter is one, because you asked me about dogs on the football team, and so Danico is one.
Yeah.
He's been out with the toe, and you know how rough it is to be a corner, receiver, skill position player with the bad toe. So he's been out 2 games.
I think we should consider getting him more involved closer to the box, though. I like him in there as a nickel, kind of blitzing and stuff like that in the slot. I would like to see that. I think it's just more so we kind of just need to work what we got back there, kind of move those. And I'm not the coach, and I don't know. He knows way more than me, and he's more familiar with these guys. But I think just kind of finding the right niche. Like what if Warren is and I don't know, I'm just speaking, but what if he's a safety? Like, let's just kind of like move some guys, kind of just see what it looks like, I just think we got so many pieces back there. We just got to find the right combination, man.
Yeah, let's do that during the bye week, Wade. Let's experiment during the bye week, not Saturday.
All right, we broke news on today's Cover Tuesday segment. Jonathan Wade's making a comeback. We're going to get him a jersey, pants.
Come on.
Fresh cleats and the helmet for the South Carolina game.
Ready. I'm ready. I don't need no practice reps. Third down, I got you. I'm going to call out the whole play.
Just play man. That's all we need.
No.
You're not doing man?
Not doing man.
You'll cover 2 corner?
I'm a zone corner in third down situations. Let me play nickel, actually. I'm probably go blitz.
No. Sorry, Wade. We can't use you if you just want to play zone on third down, man. We got to play man. We got to sit in the house.
Whatever.
Jonathan Wade, VFL, former Tennessee and NFL corner, all SEC corner for the Vols. Our Cover Tuesday segment every week. Great stuff today. Thank you so much for the time. We'll talk to you again next week.
Thank you, guys. See you guys.
All right, man. See you.